John Harrington, 33, was a successful millionaire, living in a luxurious mansion atop the northern hills of the city. He had been without a wife since she passed away from a severe illness, leaving behind their 5-year-old daughter, Bella. Everything in John's life seemed perfectly arranged. Work, finances, every project went according to plan, but there was one void that couldn't be filled: his daughter's heart. Bella, at 5 years old, lived with a lack of emotional connection from her father. John was too busy, and with her mother gone early, the little girl rarely had meaningful conversations or attention. She spoke slowly, expressed little emotion, and often played alone in her room, staring out the window or sitting quietly on the carpet with her toys, seemingly searching for a world only she could see. One autumn day, Lily entered their lives. She was 27, gentle, hardworking, and full of patience. Lily's life had not been easy. She had faced many challenges to live independently, nurturing hope amid difficulties. When she was hired as a housekeeper for the Harrington family, she brought not only physical care, but also love and thoughtful attention for Bella. On her first day at the mansion, Lily stepped through the massive gates of the Harrington estate with a heart full of both nervousness and hope. She carried a small bag containing just a few outfits, personal essentials, and a little bit of optimism. The mansion was modern and luxurious, to the point of coldness, with towering glass walls reflecting the sunlight. The space was vast, yet lacked the warmth of a home. John met Lily for the first time in the living room. He wore a sharp suit, his handsome face marked by fatigue. He silently observed her, his eyes reflecting the weariness of a man who was both a father and the sole pillar of his family. When Evelyn, his mother, introduced Lily, he only gave a slight nod, saying little while Bella stood cautiously behind him. Bella looked at Lily with wary eyes. She wasn't used to strangers and had experienced many nannies coming and going. Lily, with her gentle and patient demeanor, didn't force her. She simply smiled softly, crouched down to Bella's eye level, and quietly said, "Hi, Bella. I'm Lily. Today we'll play a little." "Okay." The little girl looked surprised, but didn't retreat. Lily slowly opened a picture book, flipping through colorful pages, pointing at animals, and asking Bella about them. At first, Bella just listened quietly, saying nothing. But Lily didn't rush. She patiently told stories in a gentle voice, smiling softly, asking simple questions. Over time, Bella began to speak. One day, she repeated a simple word, dog, when she saw a picture of a dog in the book. Lily laughed and gently praised her. "That's right, Bella. Very good." For the first time in many months, John heard his daughter's genuine laughter echoing through the living room. He stood silently outside the door, watching Bella and Lily, a strange yet warm feeling stirring in his heart, a feeling he hadn't experienced in a long time. In the following days, Lily spent more time playing with Bella, teaching her new words, singing lullabies, telling stories, and even taking her to the garden to enjoy the sunlight. Bella began to laugh, started calling Lily's name, and occasionally held her hand while saying short sentences. John felt his own heart stir. He realized that it wasn't just his daughter. He too was gradually captivated by Lily's gentleness, patience, and genuine love. One afternoon, after Bella's nap, Lily sat in the living room, tidying the kitchen, tired, but her eyes bright with the progress Bella had made. John entered, looking at her intently, unsure where to begin. A warmth surged through him, and he knew he could no longer remain silent. Day by day, Bella became more open. Thanks to Lily's patience and gentleness, the little girl began repeating new words, slowly but clearly, her eyes sparkling as she realized someone was truly listening to her. Every word she spoke felt like a small miracle, opening a door that connected the hearts of two people, strangers yet bound by the same feeling to love. That morning, Lily prepared toys for Bella on the living room carpet. She pulled out dolls, colorful wooden blocks, and read a short story. Bella watched attentively, her tiny hands clutching the toys. "Bella, would you like to tell me something?" Lily asked softly, without pressure. The little girl furrowed her brow, then slowly spoke. "Park." Lily smiled and gently clapped her hands. "That's right, the park. Did you have fun at the park today?" "Fun, fun," Bella replied, her voice small but clear. For the first time, John witnessed this scene from his office doorway. His heart ached, yet was filled with an overwhelming happiness. He had never heard Bella speak so much, and for the first time, a genuine smile blossomed on her face. He thought to himself, "It's Lily who made this happen. She's brought light into my daughter's life." That afternoon, as Bella took her nap, Lily sat on the sofa, exhausted, yet her eyes shining with joy. She thought about the day, every small step Bella had taken. All her fatigue seemed to vanish at the sight of the little girl smiling and speaking her first few sentences. John entered the room, carrying a cup of coffee. He stood at the doorway, watching Lily tidy up the kitchen, her gaze tenderly following Bella. In that moment, a strange, indescribable feeling surged through him. A mix of excitement, gratitude, and something deep he had never admitted to himself. Another evening, when Bella was ready for bed, Lily lifted her onto the mattress and told her a story in a gentle voice, occasionally touching her hand in reassurance. Bella smiled, repeating the words she had just heard, her eyes sparkling as she looked at Lily T. "Thank you, teacher." Lily smiled, her eyes misty with emotion. "You're welcome, Bella. I'm so happy to hear you talking with me." John stood silently at the door, his heart pounding as if it might leap out of his chest. He knew he had been feeling something for Lily, though he had never admitted it. Every action, every gesture from her, made him realize that it wasn't only Bella who needed her, he did too. In the following days, the bond between Lily and Bella grew even stronger. They played with puzzles, cooked together, read books, and even ran around in the garden. Bella gained confidence, spoke more sentences, and most importantly, laughed more, her eyes bright and lively. John, witnessing each step of his daughter's progress, began to change as well. He started talking to Lily more often, asking about Bella's care, listening to her small stories about life outside. Gradually, these conversations became closer and more intimate, and John realized that his feelings for Lily were no longer merely gratitude. One day, as the family prepared dinner together, Bella ran around the kitchen, calling Lily by a cute nickname, Mama Lily. John watched, smiling, but inside, a deep emotion stirred. He wondered if he was falling in love with the woman who had brought happiness back to both him and his daughter. In that moment, John decided it was time to stop hiding his feelings. He knew he needed to confess to Lily, though he worried about how she would respond. Would she notice the affection in his eyes? Was this feeling too fast, too deep for the relationship between employer and housekeeper? But looking into Bella's innocent eyes, hearing the first laughter of his daughter after months of silence, John realized that his feelings were completely natural. Lily was not just a housekeeper. She was the one who brought warmth, security, and happiness to his small family, and he decided that he would speak the truth that his heart had been quietly telling him. One peaceful evening, Bella had fallen into a deep sleep after a long day of learning to speak and playing. Lily sat on the sofa in the living room, tidying the table, her eyes reflecting a mix of joy and fatigue. The soft golden light filled the spacious room, creating a warmth the Harrington mansion hadn't known for a long time. John entered holding a cup of coffee, but didn't speak at once. He stood quietly, watching Lily for a moment, noticing every gesture, every gentle movement. His heart ached with a feeling he could no longer suppress. He had noticed Lily from the very first days, seeing how she brought his daughter's first words and smiles to life with her loving hands. He took a deep breath and stepped closer to Lily. I want to tell you something." Lily looked up slightly surprised, meeting John's eyes, filled with seriousness and tender affection. She gave a small, shy smile. "Mr. John." John sat down across from her, his voice deep and warm, yet trembling slightly. "I know you came here just to work to care for Bella, and I don't know where to begin, but I want you to know I've realized that I love you, not just for what you've done for Bella, but for who you are, gentle, patient, and loving." Lily froze, her heart racing. She had never imagined that her relationship with John could go this far. But as she looked into his sincere, warm, affectionate eyes, she realized that her own heart was stirring. She breathed softly, her voice warm, yet trembling. I care about you too. And I love you too." John smiled gently, as if a weight had been lifted from his heart. He reached out and held Lily's hand, feeling warmth spread through him. In that moment, all distances, employer and housekeeper, wealth and simplicity, disappeared. There were only two people united by love, hearts drawn to one another. The next morning, Bella woke up to see Lily and John sitting close together, holding hands. She frowned for a moment, then smiled and exclaimed, "Mama," and Daddy. Lily and John exchanged smiles. Bella ran over her small arms, hugging Lily, then pulled both of them close. The little girl's laughter echoed through the mansion, filling it with joy, for the first time replacing lonely silence and tears. As time passed, the bond between John, Lily, and Bella grew ever stronger. They played together, learned together, cooked, strolled in the park, and shared countless ordinary moments that were full of happiness. The mansion was no longer cold. It had become a true home, filled with laughter, care, and love. One sunny Sunday afternoon, the three of them sat on a garden bench, sunlight streaming through the leaves. Bella laughed, sharing innocent stories, repeating the new words she had learned from Lily. John looked at the two most important women in his life, his heart overflowing with happiness and gratitude. He quietly said to Lily, his voice warm and deep, "Thank you for bringing happiness to both of us. You are not just a housekeeper. You are part of our family." Lily smiled, her eyes sparkling. "I just wanted Bella to be happy. And now I'm happy too, being here with you and her." In that moment, the three of them, two generations, hearts united, realized that love, patience, and care not only healed wounds, but also built a true family, a family full of laughter, closeness, and complete happiness. From that day on, the Harrington mansion was no longer cold and empty. It became the warm home of John, Lily, and Bella, a place where love filled every corner, and every day was a simple yet magical miracle.